Dear seekers of truth, have you ever felt that the story we've been told about Jesus is incomplete? For centuries, the Church has hidden sacred texts that reveal a Jesus you never imagined, a Jesus who challenges everything you thought you knew. Today, we're diving into the Apocryphal Gospels, those forbidden texts that contain truths so powerful they could shake the very foundations of Christianity. What secrets do these manuscripts hold? Why has the Church fought so desperately to keep them hidden? Get ready to discover 5 forbidden truths about Jesus, truths that have remained in the shadows for 2 millennia. Are you prepared to question everything you thought you knew about the founder of Christianity? I warn you, once you learn these truths, your perspective on faith, history, and the very nature of divinity will change forever. Welcome to a journey into the heart of the Bible's deepest mysteries. Welcome to the forbidden truth about Jesus. The truth is hiding in plain sight. It's time to open your eyes. To understand the magnitude of what we're about to reveal, we must first delve into the hidden history of the early centuries of Christianity. A turbulent period, full of ideological conflicts and struggles for spiritual power. In the early days of Christianity, there was no unified doctrine. Different communities followed different teachings, each claiming to possess the true word of Jesus. Among these teachings, texts emerged that we now call the Apocryphal Gospels. These Gospels, dear seekers of truth, are not merely alternative stories. They are windows into an early, more diverse and mysterious form of Christianity than we've ever been allowed to imagine. The Gospel of Thomas, the Gospel of Mary Magdalene, the Gospel of Judas. Each of these texts offers us a radically different view of Jesus and his teachings, a view that the official church has tried to suppress for nearly 2 millennia. But why? What do these texts contain that is so threatening to the established dogma? The answer, my friends, lies in the 5 forbidden truths we will reveal today. These truths challenge not only our understanding of Jesus as a historical figure, but also the very nature of his divinity and his message. Get ready to question everything you thought you knew about the foundations of Christianity. First forbidden truth: Jesus as a teacher of esoteric wisdom. The Apocryphal Gospels present us with a Jesus who not only preached in public, but also imparted secret teachings to a close circle of disciples. Second truth: the true nature of the resurrection. These texts offer a radically different interpretation of this central event in Christianity. Third truth: the role of Mary Magdalene. Far from being a mere follower, the Apocryphal Gospels place her as the closest disciple to Jesus, holding knowledge that even Peter envied. Fourth truth: Gnostic cosmology. These texts reveal a much more complex and layered view of the universe and divinity than the Orthodox Christianity we've been taught. And finally, the fifth and perhaps most controversial truth: the nature of salvation according to Jesus. A conception that completely challenges the doctrine of original sin and the need for an external savior. Each of these truths has the power to transform our understanding of Christianity and the figure of Jesus. But more importantly, they have the potential to change the way we see ourselves and our relationship with the divine. In the coming minutes, we will unravel each of these forbidden truths. I warn you, what you're about to discover may shake the foundations of your faith. But remember, dear seekers of truth, that true knowledge is often found beyond our comfort zone. Are you ready to venture into the deepest mysteries of early Christianity? To see beyond the veil that official history has woven for centuries? Join me on this journey into the heart of the Apocryphal Gospels, towards the truth that has remained hidden until now. Let's now delve into the first of the 5 forbidden truths that the Apocryphal Gospels reveal: Jesus as a teacher of esoteric wisdom. In the canonical Gospels, we know a Jesus who preaches publicly, speaking in parables to the masses. But the apocryphal texts show us an entirely different facet of the Master from Nazareth. The Gospel of Thomas, discovered in Nag Hammadi in Dai, 1945, begins with these revealing words: "These are the secret sayings that the living Jesus spoke and that Didymus Judas Thomas wrote." Secret sayings, no parables for the masses, but hidden teachings reserved only for those considered worthy to receive them. This concept of reserved knowledge, or gnosis, is central to the apocryphal Gospels. Imagine for a moment not just a charismatic preacher, but a guardian of deep mysteries, a teacher of esoteric wisdom, comparable to the great initiates of ancient mystery schools. In the Gospel of Thomas, Jesus says, "I am not your teacher. For you have drunk, you have become intoxicated by the bubbling spring that I have measured." This enigmatic statement suggests a relationship between teacher and disciple that's very different from what we're used to. Jesus does not present himself as an authority to blindly follow, but as a guide leading the disciple toward their own inner illumination. In another apocryphal text, Pistis Sophia, we find Jesus instructing his disciples on the mysteries of the cosmos for 11 years after his supposed resurrection. 11 years of teachings that are absent from any canonical gospel. These teachings include detailed descriptions of the structure of the universe, the nature of the soul, and the path to spiritual liberation, concepts that go far beyond the simple ethics and faith we traditionally associate with Jesus' teachings. But why were these teachings considered so dangerous? Why did the Church suppress them so fiercely? The answer lies in the transformative power of this esoteric knowledge. According to the apocryphal texts, the true teaching of Jesus was not about salvation through blind faith or adherence to dogma, but about awakening the divine spark that resides in each human being. In the Gospel of Philip, another apocryphal text, we read, "The truth did not come into the world naked, but came in types and images. One will not receive the truth in any other way." This statement suggests that the true teachings of Jesus were encoded, hidden in symbols and allegories, waiting to be deciphered by those prepared to receive them. Let's pause for a moment and consider the implications of this revelation. If Jesus was truly a teacher of esoteric wisdom, then the Christianity we know today might only be the surface of a much deeper ocean of spiritual knowledge. The dogmas, the rituals, the literal interpretations of the scriptures. All of this might be just the tip of the iceberg, the visible part of a much richer and more complex spiritual tradition. Beneath the surface, in the apocryphal texts, we find teachings on the nature of reality, meditation and contemplation techniques, methods for reaching altered states of consciousness, all attributed to Jesus. For example, in the Gospel of Mary Magdalene, we find detailed descriptions of how the soul ascends through different levels of reality, overcoming obstacles and cosmic guardians. This bears more resemblance to the teachings of Tibetan Buddhism or Egyptian Hermeticism than to what we traditionally associate with Christianity. What if these esoteric teachings were the true essence of Jesus' message? What if his mission was not to establish a new religion, but to transmit a method of inner transformation and spiritual awakening? This first forbidden truth forces us to reconsider everything we thought we knew about Jesus and his teachings. It invites us to look beyond the image of the simple preacher or divine martyr and to contemplate the possibility of a spiritual master of astounding depth and complexity. Imagine for a moment how our understanding of Christianity would change if these esoteric teachings were widely known and studied. How would this transform our relationship with the divine, with ourselves, with the cosmos? But this is just the first of 5 forbidden truths we'll explore today. Each one has the potential to revolutionize our understanding of Christianity and the figure of Jesus. And as we prepare to dive into the second forbidden truth, I invite you to reflect on What other teachings of Jesus might have been hidden over the centuries? What other mysteries await discovery in the texts that the Church has kept in the shadows? Prepare yourselves, dear seekers of truth, for what you're about to uncover will challenge everything you thought you knew about the resurrection, the central event of Christianity. Dear seekers of truth, we've only just taken the first step on our journey into the depths of the apocryphal mysteries. But I can already sense the stirring in your minds, the questions starting to rise. If Jesus was truly a teacher of esoteric wisdom, what else could the official history have hidden from us? What other secrets lie buried within the pages of the forbidden Gospels? I warned you at the beginning that this journey would forever change your perception of Christianity. Now, we are about to plunge into even deeper and murkier waters. The second forbidden truth we are about to reveal challenges the very heart of the Christian faith. It touches the event that has defined Christianity for 2 millennia, the resurrection. But I warn you, what you're about to discover could shake the foundations of your faith. Are you ready to question everything you thought you knew about this crucial event? In the pages of the Apocryphal Gospels, we find a view of the resurrection that is so profound and transformative that the Church has fought for centuries to keep it hidden. Why? Because this truth has the power to completely redefine our understanding of life, death, and the very nature of reality itself. Before revealing this truth, you must ask yourselves, are you truly ready to see beyond the veil, to contemplate a reality that challenges everything you've been taught? Because once you know this truth, there will be no turning back. Your perception of Christianity, of Jesus, and even of your own existence will change forever. The choice is yours. Will we continue our journey into the depths of the apocryphal mysteries, or will you prefer to remain in the comfort of the known? If you're ready for the truth, no matter how uncomfortable it may be, then prepare yourselves. Because we are about to redefine the very concept of resurrection. Before we dive into the second forbidden truth, let's pause for a moment. You, my dear seekers of truth, are part of something greater than just a video. You are part of a growing community of inquisitive minds, brave souls who dare to question, who seek beyond the obvious. If the revelations we've shared so far have resonated with you, if you feel on the brink of a spiritual awakening, then I invite you to join our community of truth seekers. Subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. Every week we dive into the deepest mysteries of sacred history, revealing truths that have remained hidden for millennia. But this is more than just information. It's an invitation to a journey of personal transformation and spiritual awakening. Join us in the comments. Share your thoughts, your questions, your own revelations. Together, we are building a community of open minds and courageous hearts. And for those who wish to go even deeper, I invite you to visit our website. There you will find exclusive resources, translated apocryphal texts, and a forum where you can connect with other truth seekers. Remember, knowledge is power, but shared knowledge is liberation. Together we can pull back the veil of history and rediscover the lost truths of early Christianity. And now, my dear companions on this journey, are you ready to dive into the second forbidden truth? Brace yourselves, because what you're about to discover about the resurrection will forever change your perception of life and death. Now, let's dive into the second forbidden truth. The Apocryphal Gospels reveal the true nature of the resurrection. Prepare yourselves, because what you're about to discover challenges everything we think we know about life, death, and transcendence. In Orthodox Christian tradition, the resurrection of Jesus is generally understood as a physical and historical event. The body of Christ, dead and buried, miraculously comes to life and rises from the tomb. This interpretation has been the central pillar of the Christian faith for 2 millennia. However, the Apocryphal Gospels present us with a radically different view. In these texts, the resurrection is not a physical event, but a profound spiritual and symbolic reality. In the Gospel of Philip, one of the most revealing Gnostic texts, we find this surprising statement: "Those who say that the Lord died first and then rose are mistaken, for he rose first and then died." This statement completely challenges our linear understanding of time and the sequence of events. It suggests that the resurrection is a state of consciousness, a spiritual awakening that can occur in life, not after physical death. In the Gospel of Thomas, Jesus says, "If you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will save you. If you do not bring forth what is within you, what you do not bring forth will destroy you." These words suggest that the resurrection is a process of self-discovery and inner transformation. It is not something that happens after death, but a possibility present in every moment of our lives. This understanding of the resurrection shifts it from being a distant, singular event to a transformative experience that can be realized in our own lives. It becomes not just a theological doctrine, but a call to inner awakening, a challenge to uncover the divine spark within. It asks us to transcend the traditional understanding of resurrection as an external event tied to death, and instead invites us to see it as an internal process, one that happens when we awaken to our own divinity and true nature. The implications of this truth are profound. If the resurrection is indeed a state of spiritual awakening available in life, then our understanding of salvation, of the afterlife, and of the very nature of existence itself would need to be completely re-evaluated. The resurrection, rather than being a miraculous return from the dead, becomes a continuous process of awakening and transformation. So, what does this mean for us today? It means that we no longer need to wait for death to experience the power of resurrection. It's not just a distant promise of eternal life, but a present reality that we can awaken to at any moment, through self-discovery, through inner transformation, and through the realization of the divine within us. As we continue this journey, keep in mind that each of these forbidden truths has the potential to radically alter how we view Christianity, Jesus, and even our own lives. Are you ready to go deeper? The next truth we'll explore will challenge your understanding of salvation itself. Stay with us. Let us imagine for a moment the implications of this interpretation. If resurrection is a state of consciousness attainable in life, then the central message of Jesus would not be about salvation after death, but about a radical transformation here and now. This view of resurrection aligns more closely with the mystical and contemplative traditions of other religions. In Buddhism, for example, we speak of awakening or enlightenment. In Hinduism, it is the realization of the self. Could it be that Jesus was teaching something similar? In the Gospel of Mary Magdalene, we find detailed descriptions of how the soul ascends through different levels of reality. Mary says, "I ascended to a place of silence, where there is no movement nor fear. There I saw an unmanifested being, a being of perfect fullness." This description more closely resembles the mystical experiences described in various spiritual traditions than the traditional idea of physical resurrection. It suggests that Jesus was teaching a path of inner transformation and spiritual ascension. But if this is the true nature of resurrection, why has this interpretation been suppressed? Why has the Church insisted on a literal physical interpretation? The answer may lie in the implications of this teaching. If resurrection is a state attainable in life, then the power of spiritual transformation is in the hands of each individual. No intermediary institution, no priesthood, nor external rituals are necessary. This interpretation of resurrection returns spiritual power to the individual. It suggests that each one of us has the ability to resurrect, to awaken to a deeper reality, to transcend the limitations of our ordinary existence. In the Gospel of Thomas, Jesus says, "The kingdom is within you and outside of you." This statement suggests that ultimate reality, the kingdom of God, is not a place we go to after death, but a dimension of reality accessible here and now through a process of inner awakening. This view of resurrection also sheds new light on other teachings of Jesus. For example, when he says, "I am the way, the truth, and the life," he might be inviting us to follow his example of spiritual awakening, not to worship him as an external figure. If resurrection is a process of inner awakening, then each one of us has the potential to resurrect in life. Each of us can, like Jesus, awaken to our true divine nature. This interpretation does not negate the possibility of an afterlife, but it radically shifts the focus. Instead of living for a future salvation, it invites us to awaken now, to experience the fullness of life in this very moment. The true resurrection, according to the Apocryphal Gospels, is not a future event we must wait for, but a present reality we can experience here and now. It is a call to awaken, to bring to light what is within us, as the Gospel of Thomas says, "My dear seekers of truth." This second forbidden truth invites us to reconsider not just our understanding of Christianity, but our understanding of life itself. It challenges us to look beyond literal interpretations and seek the deeper spiritual meaning of Jesus' teachings. And as we reflect on this revelation, I invite you to consider, how would your life change if you saw resurrection not as a future event, but as a present possibility? How would you live if you knew you had the potential to resurrect here and now? But remember, this is only the second of the 5 forbidden truths we will explore today. Each of these truths has the potential to radically transform our understanding of Christianity and spirituality as a whole. Prepare yourselves, for our next revelation will challenge everything we think we know about one of the most enigmatic and controversial figures in biblical history, Mary Magdalene. My dear seekers of truth, we've journeyed through a fascinating path so far. We've uncovered hidden truths that challenge the very foundations of traditional Christianity. But before we delve into our third revelation, let us take a moment to contemplate the broader implications of what we've discovered. The 2 truths we've explored: Jesus as a teacher of esoteric wisdom and resurrection as spiritual awakening, not mere historical curiosities. They are keys that can open doors to an entirely new understanding of spirituality, reality, and our place in the cosmos. Let us pause and consider how these revelations intertwine with the great mystical traditions of the world. In Buddhism, we speak of the Buddha as the awakened one. In Hinduism, we speak of the realization of Atman, the true self. In Islamic Sufism, the focus is on union with the divine beloved. Isn't it fascinating that when viewed through the lens of the Apocryphal Gospels, the central message of Jesus resonates so deeply with these traditions? This suggests an underlying unity in human spiritual experience, a universal truth that transcends cultural and religious boundaries. If Jesus was truly a master of esoteric wisdom, teaching a path of inner awakening, then early Christianity may have been more a philosophy of personal transformation than a dogmatic religion. This invites us to reconsider not only our understanding of Christianity, but religion in general. Imagine for a moment a world where these truths were widely known and accepted, a world where spirituality isn't about adhering to external dogmas or rituals, but about a journey of self-discovery and inner awakening. In such a world, religious divisions could fade. Because if the core of all great spiritual traditions is essentially the same, a path to awakening, then what basis is there for conflict? But the implications go beyond the purely spiritual. If each of us has the potential to resurrect in life, to awaken to a deeper reality, how would that change our society, our priorities, our relationships with others and with the planet? Perhaps many of the challenges we face as a species, from inequality to the climate crisis, have their roots in a crisis of consciousness, a lack of connection to our true nature, and to the web of life around us. The esoteric teachings of Jesus, as revealed in the Apocryphal Gospels, offer us a path to heal this disconnection. They invite us to awaken to our true nature and to recognize our fundamental unity with all of life. And here's where the personal becomes universal. Because every individual who awakens, who resurrects in life, becomes a catalyst for the collective awakening of humanity. My dear truth seekers, the revelations we are exploring are not just about rewriting the history of Christianity. They are about rediscovering a path toward personal and collective transformation that has been hidden in plain sight for centuries. As we move toward our third revelation, I invite you to keep this broader perspective in mind. Because each truth we uncover is not an end in itself, but a piece of a larger cosmic puzzle. Now, let's prepare to explore the role of a figure who has been misunderstood and underestimated for far too long, a figure who, according to the Apocryphal Gospels, may have been Jesus' closest disciple and the guardian of his deepest teachings. My dear truth seekers, we've traveled together on a fascinating journey. We've uncovered ancient secrets and questioned the very foundations of our understanding of Christianity. But the real power of these revelations doesn't lie in intellectual knowledge, it lies in how we apply them to our lives. Let's take a moment to reflect. How can these forbidden truths transform our daily experience? How can we take these esoteric teachings from the theoretical realm to the practical? First, consider the idea of Jesus as a master of esoteric wisdom. This revelation invites us to look beyond the surface of religious teachings and seek the hidden meaning in the symbols and parables that surround us. I suggest an exercise the next time you encounter a sacred text, whether from your own tradition or another. Try reading it with new eyes. Look for the hidden message, the deeper meaning. What universal truths can you discover beyond the words? Regarding resurrection as spiritual awakening, this truth challenges us to resurrect here and now in our daily lives. How might we experience this transformation? I invite you to practice mindfulness. Spend a few minutes each day being fully present, observing your thoughts and sensations without judgment. This simple act of awareness could be the first step toward the inner awakening spoken of in the apocryphal texts. Imagine that each conscious breath is a small resurrection, a momentary awakening to the fullness of life. Over time, these moments may expand, leading us to a deeper transformation. But don't stop there. These revelations also invite us to question our limiting beliefs. What aspects of yourself have you kept buried, waiting to be resurrected? I challenge you to identify a belief that has been limiting you. Maybe it's the idea that you're not good enough, or that you don't deserve love or success. Acknowledge that belief, and then consciously choose to resurrect it, transforming it into a positive affirmation. Finally, let's consider how these truths can transform our relationships. If each of us has the potential to awaken to our true divine nature, how would that change the way we treat one another? I invite you to practice seeing divinity in every person you encounter. Treat every individual as though they were Jesus in disguise. How would this shift your daily interactions? Remember, my dear truth seekers, these revelations are not mere historical curiosities. They are keys to profound, personal, and collective transformation. I challenge you to bring these truths into your lives. Experiment with them, play with them, and above all, allow them to transform you. Because in the end, the true power of these esoteric teachings lies in their ability to awaken our inner divine potential. As you reflect on these personal applications, get ready. Our next revelation about Mary Magdalene will not only change your understanding of Christian history, but it may also transform your perception of the feminine role in spirituality. My dear truth seekers, we've reached the end of our journey for today, but this is just the beginning of a much longer and deeper path. The truths we've explored today, Jesus' esoteric teachings, the true nature of resurrection, and the revelations Still to come about Mary Magdalene near just the tip of the iceberg. There is an entire universe of hidden knowledge waiting to be uncovered, truths that have been suppressed for millennia, and that have the power to transform our understanding of the world and of ourselves. If these revelations have resonated with you, if you feel that you are on the brink of a spiritual awakening, then I invite you to join our community of truth seekers. Subscribe to our channel and activate notifications. Every week, we dive deeper into the hidden mysteries of sacred history, uncovering truths that challenge everything we think we know. In our upcoming episodes, we'll explore Gnostic cosmology, the secrets of the Gospel of Judas, and much more. Each revelation will bring you one step closer to the ultimate truth. But remember, this journey is not just about acquiring knowledge. It's about personal transformation and collective awakening. I invite you to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. Together, we are creating a community of awakened minds and open hearts. And for those who wish to go even deeper, visit our website. There you'll find exclusive resources, guided meditations based on apocryphal texts, and a forum where you can connect with other seekers like yourself. Knowledge is power, but shared knowledge is liberation. Together, we can rediscover the lost truths and awaken the divine potential that lies dormant in each one of us. Until we meet again, my dear truth seekers, may the light of wisdom guide your steps.